Well, hello everybody, and welcome to my show. Denise Guru again here. And today I wanted to talk to the Star Seeds and Lightworkers and Ascenders and Eventers. I just got off of a 3-day, well, I'm going on my 4th day, fruit and lemon water fast because I wanted to really connect with Gaia. And I wanted, you know, I'm a vegan anyways, but I needed to really clean out any of that vegan junk food. And so I went on a 3-day fruit fast, and I wanted to really connect with Gaia about what's going on. And I've been pulling cards the last few days, and I just wanted to say that, or she wants you to know that, stick with this video till the end, and please hear her out. If there's something here that you don't resonate or you don't like and you want to leave, you might want to really sit and meditate on why not. So this is a message from Gaia. And so this morning, after my fast, yesterday I felt great. I was so energized, and today I'm even cleaner. I'm going to go in the sauna pretty soon and really clean some more gunk out. But this morning I pulled a card about, and here it is. It's the shaman, and it's the ancestor healing wisdom. And I pulled this card because I wanted to connect with her a little bit more. And last night I really connected, and I really did a lot of talking and with her and about what's going on with the virus. And what she told me last night was that a lot of us are incapable of connecting with her because we are so full of crap. Our bodies are so full of crap, and it clouds up our heart and our brain. You know, it's like blocks and clogs. And she says a lot of us forget that we can communicate with her, and she wants to know that the more of us that are communicating with her, the more she is willing to work with us. The ancestors, these people knew it, the Aborigines knew it. I mean, all the indigenous people knew this, and they know that we've lost our connection. And there's a lot of star seeds, and she wants to tell you there's a lot of star seeds and a lot of light workers out there who are still not connected to her. They don't even look at her as part of this equation, this ascension equation. And those people are still part of that false light, New Age stuff. They're not walking the walk. They're not walking the talk. They're just talking the talk. They're more or less just wannabes. And if you leave because of that, well, then you need to really meditate and ask yourself why this bothers you and how this can help you move up. So here we are. The Shaman Card, it's just telling me that I'm actually really connecting with her. I am the shaman. I am able, what do the shamans do? The shamans connect with Gaia. They connect with the other realms. They can commune with nature and all of the animal kingdoms. And so this is something that I've known my whole life that I could do as a small child. I mean, I remember me and my girlfriend as a small child trying to save a worm that had got cut up, and we were trying to put a band-aid on a worm. But then I got caught up into the 3D stuff. I was programmed, the parents programming, you're supposed to act like this, you're supposed to go to church, and you don't worry about the animals. And so I got caught up in that, and I did some things way back then that I'm not proud of, but I was able to overcome that and grow from that and be a completely different person and awake from that. And so if those of you who are feeling bad about how you've been in the past, don't worry. As long as you awake and you grow, that's what it's all about. We're ascending, we're growing. If we're still in 3D, we're still in that 3D mindset, and we're not going to go anywhere. We're just going to just keep talking. Here we are, animals, with the animals, and she's really talking about the animals, and that's one of the things that I wanted to talk to her, because that is a missing link to a lot of the star seeds and the light workers. The animals, they are a pure divine expression of source. And even when we do make it, and some of us already are making it to the fifth and the higher dimensions, yes, there still be animals there. Why? Because the animals are a pure source, pure connection coming in of the source, wanting to express the creation that's around without the frontal lobe of the human. The human has the huge frontal lobe, which is only for watching the calendar and keeping track of their dates and what are we going to do next week, what are we going to do next month, next year, what's next year going to be like, and worry, and all of that garbage that we have to try to overcome once again to connect to our true source. So animals will always be there because animals are the pure source, the pure connection of source. And so we are really fucking that up, aren't we, people? I mean, look at how we are treating animals. And veganism is such a huge thing right now. And a lot of the Star Seeds and Lightworkers still think that it's okay to ingest this pure expression of source. They think it's okay. And Gaia, we forget that the animals are like under her protection, and Gaia, we forget that Gaia is a living being. She is a goddess. She is, we call her the fallen goddess. You know, when creativity started, Source said, go out, sent out aspects of itself, and we had all these smaller gods and goddesses, and one of them was Earth, Gaia, Earth herself. But because of all the intermingling and the creativity of all the other gods, something happened, and the goddess had to fall. You know, the dimensions kept falling low because of the creativity and the expressions that these gods wanted to go through and express, and was causing the dimensions to fall. And it stopped at the third dimension because the gods and Gaia pleaded to Source and said, we need to stop this. This is bad. This is wrong. So Source cut it off at the third dimension. And a lot of people talk about this. So, you know, this is nothing new. But we've forgotten that Gaia is a goddess. And she is much higher than we are, even though she ended up as a 3D expression. She's evolving back up. It's time now. We've been growing. It's time for us to move. She's ready to move back up to the higher dimensions, back up the ladder once again. And so the people that are still consuming animals, they are still, even though they think they're light workers and star seeds, they're still living in that higher 3D realm, low 4D dimension. And that is not what she wants. And as long as you can consume that, you know there's videos out there. You know what it's doing to your consciousness. It is blocking your true consciousness. It just, all it does is make you talk the talk and not walk the talk. So she wants you to know how very important this is, and that's why we're experiencing this coronavirus. I mean, we've had the bird flu is out there again, people. China's already had confirmed cases of the bird flu. And this is a huge warning. We've been warned in the past because all of our viruses are mutating from the animal to us. And we are causing the animal to get these viruses because of the way we treat them in the factory farms, and their suffering and their pain, and us killing them against their will. They never came here to feed us. That was not the agenda. The original agenda, the original people of this planet, the Lemurians, that kind of a culture, they did not eat animals. They could live off of energy. They worked with their crystals. They could live off of energy. And if they choose to, they could eat fruit and some plants if the permission was given. And so with the fall, we've lost that. we've been programmed and talked into, causing this destruction of our planet by farming and raising animals for food. And so there's a lot of people who are still thinking that they can exploit and control and, use animals for their financial gain and for competition gain and all of that stuff. But we have to remember, we have to talk to Gaia, because Source itself is just the observer. It makes the creation and observes. Gaia is the one that we need to connect with and talk to on this. And so she's saying that those of us that are Star Seeds and Lightworkers and Ascenders who are vegan and are talking to her and communicating with her, you just sit back and watch what unfolds. And, it is her speaking. It is her speaking. And even if this virus doesn't turn into something very, very huge and very, very devastating, it's another warning. And so she's deciding, should she really keep this coming? Like I said, the bird flu is back out there again. We have the swine flu, the bird flu, COVID-19. It's all stems from the animals. And of course, it's from how we treat our animals. And for those of you who don't know how, you need to go watch a documentary and really learn where your food comes from, how they are horribly, horribly confined and grown and raised and treated and exploited, and it's disgusting. It's disgusting. But you people go out and buy it and you're supporting it, even though you didn't actually do the murdering yourself. So a lot of people are saying, oh, this virus is nothing. I'm up here in the mountains of Colorado in a very small town, and I live in a neighborhood that's mostly 10 acres to 50 acres, and there's 63 lots, and out of the 63 lots, there are only 5 full-time residents who live here. We already have one neighbor, and both of them, the man and the wife, both have the virus. And I find it's really interesting because this man is a huge hunter and fisher. He's always going to Alaska and fish. He's always hunting. He shoots the elk right out of his back door. And I find it interesting that in our very, very small town, he is there, one of the first to get the virus. The small town next to us, there's already confirmed cases of the virus. So they're saying that the virus is hitting men the most. A lot of the women 40 and over are asymptomatic. So they can have the virus and carry it, but they will not have the symptoms. Don't you find that very interesting? That the women are not really susceptible to actually, coming down with the symptoms. And so it made me think, if the men are the ones that really need to be worried, is this another sign from Gaia? With the patriarchy thing going on, and it is starting to awaken, and so what's going on is more and more people are waking up. The veganism is huge, so the collective is changing. And remember, we don't need 51% of the collective to say, oh, we're not going to eat animals anymore. We need just a smaller percentage. So we are at that critical mass, as they say. And so she's hearing that. And so because the collective is starting to change, she's hearing that, and she's changing, and she's doing what she needs to do because of the outcry from those of us who are saying, no more. We're tired of this exploitation of the animals and all of her resources and her, and it's done and it's over with. And so, I pulled another card the other day, and she just said, this thing is not good or bad. This thing, it just is. It is about choices that are already been made. choices that have already been made. This has been going on for years and years, people. And so the choices have been made, the collective has changed, and we want our mother back. And so she is saying yes. And so this is what she's telling me. This is what she told me after my fast and after connecting with her. And she just wants you star seeds to, those of you who are still eating meat, no more, no more. Haven't you seen the signs already? The signs are out there. Stop ignoring them. You are a wannabe. That's all you are. And I don't care how big your YouTube channel is, you're just lip service is all you are. And so she wants you to know that. And let's see, I think that's all. Oh, and I just wanted to say too that there's a lot of people like me who are out there, we're talking the same thing, we're getting the same kind of information, but a lot of us are not actually coming out with this because of judgment. And because of the light workers and the star seeds, the wannabes that are out there, oh, you're crazy, you're nuts, we're going to have animal murder and suffering in the higher dimensions. It's always going to be that way. And it's bullshit. And I talked to this woman. I went to yoga class yesterday and it was canceled because of the virus, because a lot of the people in her class are elderly people. And so she was worried about the elderly people. But one of the women, I found her at Natural Grocers, and she says, yeah, I know the class was closed, and I says, what's your view on why we're having this virus? And her view is the same as mine. And she's so sick and tired of the materialism and the greed and the exploitation. And she said, you know what, if I die, hey, great, but I lived a great life. I lived my life the way I needed to live it, and I can go and I'll do something else somewhere else. So that's pretty cool. And I think she'll still be here even though she's a little older. So, that is what's going on. Those people are starting to speak out now. We're not as afraid as we used to be. And for you star seeds and light workers that want to give me a dislike and a thumbs down and put judgment on me, that just means, that shows you where you're at. You're never going to experience what the rest of us are after. So that's what I had to say today. And I know I haven't been around. I'm on my camera because my computer doesn't work that good. And I've been really having fun doing oracle cards. To me, doing those cards is a lot more fun than what I just did today. But anyways, this is something that needed to get out. All right, you guys, stay safe. And get out there and become a vegan and really become a voice for the voiceless, because we have to remember the voiceless has the biggest voice behind them, and that's our Mother Earth. All right, you guys, talk to you soon.